Hey guys, 5-pack and 10 ball with a magic rack. I'm going to be doing a little commentary on it, so let's get into it. Broke, got my cue ball behind the side pocket, which is good because it eliminates the scratch. We're going to hit this a little bit, like half a tip of left, so we can kind of throw it in then. Basically throw it in the bank to kind of drag it towards that bottom rail. I was trying to get a little more angle on this, but didn't. So here we're going to hit about 10 o'clock. Yeah, I came up a little short on this one. You want to get basically straight in on the ball on the 4 because there's a lot of traffic that kind of makes it a little tough to get on the 5. So let's see how I do this here. Lots of right spin. Yeah, I really didn't follow through 100% of the way there, which is why I undercut it, because it didn't deflect as much as I thought it was going to, because I didn't hit the correct stroke. So, but still saved it. I use high right on this one, come in between the 10 and the 9, and hopefully get a little bit of angle on the 6 to pop out for the 8. You know, if I had a little more angle on this, I would probably go in between the 9-10. But I think I had a little too straight, so I didn't want to risk it, and I kind of just used high right and went 3 rails out for the 8 in the corner. And the reason I shoot that in the corner is because it's kind of touchy to slow roll balls in the side like that. I don't want to miss. I don't want to miss like that. I've missed like that a few times, and I'd rather just let my stroke out and, you know, use a better stroke. I have a much better chance of making it with a better stroke than I do trying to play touchy shots, especially under pressure. That was a really good break there. The balls went the correct way. I got the 1 ball to come 2 rails out, which is nice. That's what you should plan for, but sometimes it goes in the corner, or it gets kind of weird, but you know, it's pretty good layout here. It was kind of it was a very interesting thing here because I was wanting to just use high ball on this, and the 7 was slightly in the way. I just didn't want to deal with it, so I used low right. But I think I believe I hit this one a little too hard, right? Because the spin to speed ratio, it would have taken the English would have taken more if I would have hit it a little softer, and the English actually, well, the draw would have actually bit a little better. So that's something to think about. But anyway, still good here. Looking pretty good. Using about 1 o'clock. Heart of the pocket. And then this is pretty, you know, simple here. But even on the simple outs, you really got to dedicate, you know, exactly where you want to get, because it keeps you focused and not being lazy throughout. Even if it's just a simple out, you have to do that extra little work. And right there, I should have actually went over and seen where I should have got on the 8. But that's, you know, something to work on. Yeah, so there you go. That's 2. On these kind of shots, I either hit it with low left or, you know, high right, just so I can get the stroke out. A lot of people just, whenever you have a chance to baby a ball or hit it with a good pure stroke, always go for the one that, you know, you can let your stroke out a little bit. So breaking here, you know, went behind the side pockets again. That's when you get kicked a lot, though. So I'm lucky that the 3 ball didn't kick me behind the 9 or, you know, down the table. Here I'm using high right. I chose to go around the 8 because I felt like that was my bigger position window, and I can't run and hook myself on the 6, which I really I've done before, obviously. So yeah, drawback for this ball. My Q-tip kind of came up, which not too I don't really like, but something to work on again. And so this, after watching it a few times, not checking my angles on each ball right here might cost me in the future, so I really need to work on that. So on this, I drew it, right? I could have just stunned it over and been straight, but, you know, this might cost you a game too if you get too careless with this. Yeah, because I could have been straight in on the 6, stop shot for the 8, and then they're all right there. But instead, I went into the balls like that, and I got myself over the 10. And I'm, you know, you can easily miss this ball, so you got to be careful. And here I was dead straight, so just draw back for the 10 in the corner. And you'd rather draw a little too far than not far enough on this shot, because then, you know, back cuts looking away from the pocket are tough and, you know, very missable. So, and there we go. There's 3. See here. Nice out there. I rack really fast. I don't know if you noticed. There we go. With the break. Just half a tip above center, gets the cue ball to pop back. Very interesting out here. This is a shot that requires a lot of feel, but when I put the place to, basically when I put the place on the cue ball, the graphic, it's about that, but it's more of like throwing the ball in, right? So you're aiming thicker and using the left, and it's turning the ball in to kind of create an angle. And I want to get dead straight on this, play the 4 in the corner by the 10, but I got a slight bit of angle, so I decided to trust the thicker hit and get through the ball a little better and just kind of slide over. Because the 5 goes in, you know, if you get dead straight on this, then you could play the 5-6 combo. But I had a little bit of angle, so I like to play the 5 in the corner up by the 9. But these little stroke shots right here are real touchy and it's really good to practice them, because just kind of sliding the ball over is, you know, really key. And this comes up in a lot of straight pull outs, and I've been playing a lot of straight pull lately, so it's just, I feel like I'm in tune with my stroke for the first time in a long time, so it feels really great. This is more of like a punch, but I like getting close to the 6 here. I don't know why, but it just makes things easier, I guess. But yeah, but here I didn't check my angle on the 7. I should have checked the angle on the 7. I kind of just got into the middle of the table just because it's a good, you know, good place to be. Here I wanted to get with angle, so I had to cut the 9 a little bit, just so it naturally brings me down towards the 10, which is definitely the way to go, because a lot of people end up straight here and they have to draw, or they have to get a certain place. But yeah, this is good. And here, just let your stroke out right. You don't roll this in. You kind of just, you know, just get through the ball as best you can without trying to hit it, you know, like you're trying to murder it. Here we go, 5th rack. Bam! All right, I made the 6 ball. You see how the 2 and the 3, they always come around that corner, right? So a lot of times, if your cue ball kind of goes off to one of the sides, they'll get kicked by that 4 railer going around. So the 2 and the 3 on the corner, they actually come around and kick the cue ball quite a bit. So it's good to have your cue ball in the middle of the table. Maybe right by the head string would be ideal and just perfect. See, I was kind of afraid of getting hooked on the 8 there, which you can't be if you want to have a good shot in the 2. So, I don't know, it worked out this time, but I think I'm just going to get a little closer to my work next time. A little bit of high right. I barely grazed the 4 here, which is, I'm kind of lucky that I didn't get stuck, you know. A lot of times you hit that thick, and then all of a sudden you're behind the 10 or whatever, and I got dead straight on the 3. I could have rolled up for the 4 in the corner by the 7, but I just felt like the bigger position area is drawing back for the 4 in the same pocket. Yeah, good stroke there. I'm getting through the ball a lot better right now, and my stroke feels great. And yeah, I can't wait for Derby. It's going to be fun. So that's me. Damn. This is more of like a stun, right? It's kind of like a stun follow, if that makes sense. Like a punch. But you're not stunning it to where it comes to the middle of the table. You're kind of just, you know, stunning through the ball. Low right, come out to the middle of the table. And I didn't quite get as far as I would have liked to, but this is good enough. You know, it's on, as long as you're on the correct side of the ball. And then here a lot of people try to come out one rail and they end up frozen on the opposite rail, but I like coming out two, just so you give yourself a bigger position zone. And the more rails you use, the easier it is to control the cue ball and slow it down. So, and there we go.